Hello, today we're going to be talking all about what to do if you're kind of afraid of spirit. So first of all, I have completely been there. I have been terrified of the dark. I have been scared of who I'm connecting to, of what I'm connecting to. I've been afraid of what could possibly bring into the house. I've had all the things. And I wanted to share just a little bit of what I've done over the years to see if that can help kind of propel you forward. Because on the other side of all of those fears is just so much beautiful love and guidance and support. And if we can't open up and move through those fears or past those fears or clear those fears, however you want to look at it, we're not able to get to the other side where we can truly have that connection with our spirit team. So let's get started. The first thing that was really, really helpful for me was not just opening up to all spirits or all energies. I was saying, just checking if I'm supposed to share this. As a kid, I did use a Ouija board one time, and it freaked me out for years. And nothing bad happened. Literally nothing bad happened. We did connect with a spirit in my friend's house, which I'm pretty sure her house was haunted. It must, right? It definitely was, whatever. Anyway, this spirit moved the thing. It was extremely real. I am like 99.9% sure that the spirit gave me the name of my husband, who I'm now married to, when I asked who I was going to marry. And I remember at the time, I was probably in like 7th grade or something. I remember being so upset that it wasn't my like crush that I had at the time, that's not who I was going to marry. But anyway, it freaked me out. However, when we did that, we literally, and when most people use a Ouija board, it's just you're opening yourself up to whatever spirit wants to come and give you a message. That is at first kind of what I was doing, which now freaks me out. Like when I started using my pendulum in my house, luckily I was connecting to like deceased loved ones. But I was just letting whoever come work through me with my pendulum at the time. And that did not help me get through my fears. What helped me is deciding to only work for a while with my higher self, my authentic self, the part of me that has a wider vantage point and more information. So I purposefully was not just connecting with whoever, I was choosing who I wanted to connect with. That helped me so much because I could feel into it and I could ask the question or use my pendulum and I could say, is this me? Am I connecting to my higher self right now? And seeing how it felt or seeing how my pendulum moved, depending how you get your answers like that. But it felt much safer, and that's generally how I teach it in my courses first, is start connecting just to your own energy, the part of you that has that guidance, that has those answers. And then you can open it up further, maybe then starting to work with your highest guides or highest aligned guides, or connecting with specific deceased loved ones. But my advice, shall you choose to take it, is not to just open yourself up to any spirit that wants to come your way. Because just like humans, not everyone has your best thoughts in their mind. Not everyone is going to be that for you. However, if you're connecting with your higher self, the part of you there, it's always going to have your best interests in mind because it's you. And it also feels much safer, and I think it's much easier for people to learn this is my energy. And so if something else tries to bump into that and kind of take your channel over to give you different information, it's easier to discern that if you're used to checking in with only your own energy. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on that one. The second thing that really helped me was kind of this little like mantra that I would say. I'm sure someone else told me it, and it's probably not exactly the way I'm going to say it, but basically it was like, there is magic in the darkness. This is because I was so scared of the dark. That was the first thing that I really worked on when I first started opening up to wanting to connect more with spirit and energy and tarot and oracle cards and pendulums and crystals, the whole thing, right? I was so scared of the dark. And so what I started repeating to myself all the time was there's magic in the darkness. It's in those dark spaces that so much beauty can come forth. And there's so much potential if we can kind of lean into that darkness and lean into that shadow and see the beauty in it and see that there really is so much light in the darkness. There's so much magic in the darkness. It's okay if you don't really have words to put together what that means, but just having some sort of mantra like that, there's magic in the whatever, or there's light in the darkness, I feel like that's going to help a lot of you like it did me. And then the third thing that I'm going to share today that really I think can be really helpful is just reflecting on where your fears are stemming from. Do you even know? So if you don't know, that would be something to just kind of ask the universe or ask in meditation, just that answer comes to you if it's helpful for you to know. But maybe someone said something specific to you at a point in time. Maybe it's related to your religion or just adults in your life saying like this is bad or this is evil or this will cause that. Just being able to consciously as an adult reflect on that and just dismantle it a little. Like, is this even true? Do I still actually logically believe this? Is it more of like it's just embedded in me, like in your body on an unconscious, like emotional level? Because if logically you don't believe it anymore, it should be pretty easy to just like be like, no, I'm done. This doesn't serve me anymore. This thought, this idea, I'm leaving it. And whatever. Sometimes I like to snap my fingers to just get rid of it. You could use a pendulum to clear it. You could journal about it. But just being able to reflect on that. Is it something from your childhood? A lot of us hold such deep like fears from childhood because I believe, at least most of us when we're kids are extremely open. I don't know if you have your own kids, you've probably witnessed this firsthand as an adult through them. But I think most kids are just so open. They see so many things. And when you're a kid, I think it's even harder to tell, is this real? Is this not real? What is real anyways, right? And just going from there and being able to really look, okay, what was I afraid of as a kid? And why was I afraid of it? And can I look at it different as an adult? Because something as a kid can be so incredibly scary. Like, I remember being in bed at night and seeing a silhouette of like a man, and I could never see anything but the silhouette like looked like he had a hat, and he would just like lean against the door, my open door, when I'm trying to sleep. And it freaked me out so bad when like later on it was like, I'm like, oh, maybe that was like my grandfather checking in on me. Although now I'm getting a no on that. So, maybe a yes. Never mind, I'm getting a yes. I was like, oh no, what was it? Should I be freaked out by that? My light's falling. But so it could be something like that seems so scary as a kid, and then as an adult you can look back and reflect on, is it actually something to be scary about? Maybe it was. Maybe there really was something to be scared about. But even that, we can work through that, and we can move forward with like adult logic, which can be really helpful to move through. Yes. So those are my 3 things. I do have a 3-part experience, which walks you through kind of reflecting on your own fears, releasing some of those fears, guiding you in a very safe way for how you want to connect with your higher self or your spirit team. They are 3 powerful, powerful guided experiences. It's completely free. I'll link it down below. But if you are wanting to work with spirit more, work with energy more, work in the spiritual realm with anything, but you find yourself holding yourself back because you're scared, whether consciously or unconsciously, or maybe you don't even know why you're holding yourself back, that 3-part experience can be super helpful. And of course, if you have ways that you have worked through certain fears, like what I've been talking about, please share below, because your comment might help someone else who's reading the comments. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and until next time, bye.